Greetings, fellow voyagers of the new and transitioning digital revolution. Today, we embark on an odyssey into a realm of profound importance and significance of this current revolution that not only alters the game but completely rewrites the playbook. My goal is to diffuse fear through education and asking you to then go and do your own research so you can step into the driver's seat of your life. As a longtime digital asset and precious metals investor, I am finally seeing the trajectory falling into place that will put the people back into power for the first time in history. No lie. Take a breath. Lower your shoulders. It's time to rethink everything you've been taught. Following blindly is what got us here. If you're looking to change your situation, you've got to change your lens of reality and your approach. Lack of knowledge is why most folks never really achieve financial freedom in their own lives. In fact, did you know that 60% of people lose sleep over money? And a whopping 75% of baby boomers are counting on the government for retirement. Trust in institutions is at an all-time low. The sad truth is, much of what you've been taught is actually incorrect. The mainstream narrative has led everyone astray. If you truly want the life you've been dreaming of, it's time to step up. Take charge of your life, your choices, and your actions. So let's jump in so you can start to break free from the pack and dare to see things differently. If you missed my episode on the quantum financial system, you can find that here. Prepare for the quantum financial system, protocols 16 and 17 that are reshaping our economic panorama. A quantum leap. Visualize this, a world propelling into an unprecedented technological epoch where change is not just perpetual, but an astral shift. And behold, indeed, you, I, and every other individual partake in this extraordinary odyssey that will create liquidity into the financial market and bring all global bounty. Bid adieu to financial apprehensions. Each one of us, a congregation of 7 billion souls, holds a personalized admission to the QFS voyage, and it's not a mere ticket, it's your gateway to a new world and new destiny. But why the hurry? What's the rush? What compels us to reimagine the financial wheel? Warning, because your financial reservoir in jeopardy. Warning. The heroes emerge. Jargon talk, hang with me. Enter Protocols 16 and 17. Here's where the real magic comes in. Protocols 16 and 17 are like the superhero team of the financial world, making sure your transition to the new era is smooth and easy. These protocols give quantum-compliant banks the tools to make the switch from traditional money to digital currency feel like a breeze. Going deeper, before you start scratching your head, let's clear things up. The quantum system isn't just a fancy upgrade for banks. It's a powerful force that's about to change everything, from military strategies to secure elections and more. It's the big change we've all been waiting for. The QFS is beyond your wildest dreams, a huge mission of epic proportions. As we build bridges to the future, we're also tearing down the old structures of the past. Many blackbirds, one stone. The era ends. Even more interesting, the old systems we grew up with. They're not just fading away over time. And with guidance, they're disappearing completely. Why? So there's no going back, one way into the new system. Those that have been caught of treason will have no other way to steal back their funds. Brilliant. Unfortunately, the amount of dark money, trafficking, and other deceitful ways this current Ponzi scheme is set up has to go. One of the most heavy transactions on our current system is dark money. For example, this is the cost of sex trafficking. Human traffickers are at an estimated annual global profits of $150 billion. They victimize an estimated 25 million people worldwide, with 80% in forced labor and 20% in sex trafficking. The angelic hosts, the active devolution, and the continuity of government have been in control for years. The universe and the QFS are all about complete transformations. The bridges of the past are being demolished as new ones reach out into the horizon. A double-edged masterpiece. Our responsibility and clean slate. With great power comes great responsibility. As noted, the creators of the QFS are way ahead of the game. They're determined to get rid of anything shady, making sure we start fresh. They're not just noticed, they're taken care of, a new beginning without the stains of the past. Embrace the change in uncertain times. Our world is like a cocoon, and from its transformation, the quantum financial system emerges like a phoenix. It's not just about keeping money safe, it's about reimagining how society works. Moving forward, there will be a couple years of resurging and rebuilding our love for the thousands of children found deep in the underground, our human spirit and mankind, and dreams of our future. This is more than just change, it's the essence of evolution. Sure, there will be skeptics and naysayers, but just like a butterfly spreads its wings, society too will soar, powered by the QFS. Taking the leap to all awakening, and that feel on the edge of this huge leap, I say, embrace the future. The quantum age isn't just knocking on the door, it's here, and it's here to stay. Let's dive deeper. Now, let's shift gears and explore something that's been sparking discussions, the gold standard and its possible comeback. A lesson from history. Once upon a time, the gold standard was in charge, but then President Nixon changed things with a simple signature. Fast forward to today, and there's talk about another change. Are we headed for disappointment again? Introducing the gold-backed currency. Keep in mind, we don't call it a gold standard. It's all about the gold-backed or asset-backed currency now. What's the difference, you ask? What's the quantum financial system, how we will use it with gold, silver assets? It will do away with the banking system. Our money is our money and all will be okay. Your money is already mirrored in the new system. When we make a payment, let's say person to person, the transaction will go from our account to their account in a flash of time. No fees, no holding on to our money so they can derive income off of it. We don't need to go near a bank. Instead, we will use our own computers, phones, etc. to make the transaction. Simple, easy. It moves with the technology at 3.5 trillion frames per second. Every transaction will be with total transparency to all currency holders. Is it only a digital currency? It works beautifully as a digital currency, but that alone would present a huge problem. A great portion of the world do not have the benefits of the West and rely on cash and cash only. To meet that need, I believe there will be cash for at least a period of 10 years. I'm presuming the system will gradually be taught to all peoples everywhere so that when the time comes for digital only, no one will suffer and all will be completely used to the method. How does it differ from our current currency? At the moment, we have been using what is known as fiat currency. This is a currency that lacks intrinsic value and is established as a legal tender by government regulation. This fiat currency cannot be designated as clear and clean. They have no way of knowing whether it is being used for terrorists or other illegal activities. On the other hand, all currencies worldwide being used as part of the QFSs, gold-backed or asset-backed, not a gold standard. Every coin or note contains a digital number so they know exactly who has it, where it's come from, where it's going, etc. A ledger will tell who sent it and what account received it. It contains artificial intelligence which is live and current with every financial transaction. This ensures it's transparent and legal, etc. It protects the sovereignty and the privacy of each currency holder. Banks and governments will no longer own your money. They will not have the right to tell you how to distribute your money. This system can never be destroyed by any worldwide leader. There will be no more adjusting the value of gold between countries as with the gold standard. Gold will no longer be used as currency but will then become a commodity. As uncertainties gather on the horizon, talk of potential threats, scary events, and more, it's time. Everything is measured, including the recent weather events. Standing strong in the face of potential chaos like nuclear threats, cyber attacks, or power outages, we need to stay strong. Trust in a positive force, stay focused, and have faith. The storm I hear, but the dawn of a new era is also on the horizon, promising an incredible finale. We're right on time. History repeats.
Change happens, typically kind of opposing forces and with the pendulum swinging back and forth. And so I like to think that problems create solutions or solutions to the problem. So when you look back, what I've kind of identified is 3 cycles. I look at it politically. So on a 250-year time frame. Now there's 80-year cycles. So there's a couple 80-year cycles. So the fourth term was a million-year cycle, obviously. There's a regime change cycle. So every 8 years kind of fits into that same fourth term framework. If I look at it really like daily 4 years, 3 times 84 is 250. So it's kind of when you get the triple cycle, that's the big one, triple years. So 250 years ago was the American Revolution, French Revolution. 250 years before that was the Reformation. So we can kind of go back. So every 250 years, like there's this big political upheaving where it seems like the world has rejected centralization and moved back to decentralization. And, I think it's human nature. We just take things too far, and then we correct or we overcorrect. We're going to take that too far, right? And then we correct and overcorrect. And so it's like this pendulum from back and forth. I kind of look at it like if you're bullying with little kids and you put the bumpers up and you all are just kind of hanging along back and forth, right? So about every 2 years, you kind of have this cycle. Of course, it doesn't change in the vacuum, but that's a political revolution cycle. So political ideology changes, the way that we govern ourselves changes. But a lot of that is driven by technology. So about every 50 years, approximately, we come to a wave in 60 years. So on the 40 to 60 year, I call it 50-year cycle as a technological revolution. And everything the new technology changes the way that we communicate, organize, et cetera. And so a lot of that has to do with the way that we organize ourselves politically as well.
History repeats in 3 revolution cycles, all converging at the same time. 250-year political revolution, 80-year financial revolution, 50-year technological revolution. Solutions come from problems. The BRICS announcement is what will transition this new golden age. Now, moving on to Tay Point. Let's jump into understanding BRICS. If you're on Twitter, by the way, I would love to invite you into weekly insight rooms where we discuss these matters.
America needs to wake up And most people are going to get completely left behind as the rest of the world leaves the US dollar and our financial system behind. Take a look. Now, this is a prime example right here of the United States looking so weak on the world stage. Gold Telegraph reporting that the United States is seeking assurance that Saudi Arabia will price its oil in US dollars, not being Chinese currency. We are in a financial war and many don't even know. That's why I'm saying America has to wake up or you will get left behind. So the US is now in a position where we're going to our allies and we're them to continue using our US dollar. The rest of the world doesn't care. They're laughing at us. And not only are our enemies turning away from the dollar, dropping our bonds at the best pace in decades, but even our allies like Saudi Arabia and France are unilaterally moving away from the dollar. So now you walk down the street and 9 out of 10 people that you talk to have no idea what the BRICS group is, right? Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, plus dozens of countries that are formally trying to join BRICS. And there's only 67 times, I believe, that have been invited to this BRICS summit that's taking place August 22nd and 4th. Most people have no idea what this is. The few people that do know, what they're missing is they're talking about how no one trusts each other within the BRICS group. It doesn't matter. What they do trust is sound money. So they trust gold, they trust silver, and they're backing their dollars by the commodities that they have and produce within their countries. So they don't need to trust each other. And this is where neutral bridge currency like XRP come in as well, or other ELT solutions, right? If you have a neutral bridge ELT, this is what gets these countries to work together. And then the common backing of their currencies is going to be gold, silver, other commodities, potentially even XRP. Some tried Bitcoin. That program hasn't worked out too well. But Americans are going to get left behind because we're so used to our standard of living being what it is based on U.S. reserve currency status. It is being taken away. Doesn't mean that the dollar is away. Doesn't mean that the United States is going to completely fail as a country. Maybe not, but it ain't going to be what it was for our parents, for our grandparents, right? The baby boomer generation and the generation before us that kind of live off the United States having this reserve currency, and the privileges that it afforded us are no longer going to be there. So this is why I say, this is why Liz Rio said, the train has left the station. Many Americans having a good time at the barbecue, enjoying the last month of summer here, and they have no idea about the BRICS summit that's taking place. And yes, they might not all agree, but they agree on one thing, and that's dropping the dollar, not only for settlement, also dropping our bonds at the fastest pace in decades. If we don't get tapped into this, you're going to get left behind.
I suggest following Zach Rector. Mind-blowing, right? Buckle up, because we're entering a phase of unmatched transformation. The old is making way for the new, and we're about to witness something truly extraordinary. In conclusion, there you have it, a friendly breakdown of the quantum financial system, protocols 16 and 17, gold, silver, and the winds of change blowing through our financial world. This is about more than just numbers and systems. It's about transforming our very way of life. As we stand at this crossroads, let's welcome the future with open arms, because the quantum age is already here. P.S. I get this question a lot. I've been hearing about the Great Reset. Is this the same? Fortunately, I can answer categorically the answer is no. That is a system that the cabal have been wanting to inflict upon us and what they've been working very hard towards. It's not remotely like the QFS and was a system designed to bring us all into total enslavement. We're peering into a nebulous expanse, a place where truth and deceit dance a beguiling tango. We must be willing to do our own due diligence, our own research, to navigate this labyrinth. First, let me underscore that in a world swirling with uncertainties and riddled with countless unseen threats, it's critical that we don't get seduced by a wave of panic and misinformation. Yet, it's equally important not to become complacent. Complacency is the road to ruin, after all. It's a razor's edge we walk, one that demands both courage and caution. Thanks for following, and if you'd like more information on the greatest transfer of wealth in history, grab the link in my bio for the digital garden of insights as we move into a new paradigm and golden age. Blessings, and keep your faith.